Hi there, I'm Mir and welcome to my diary. This is the first podcast which is related to the master's process abroad. In this podcast series, I'll invite people in my network who are doing masters from different countries. And today I have reached out to a friend from my engineering course. He is doing masters from Liverpool University in UK. And let's introduce Surya Nag. Hi Surya Nag, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, hello. A sweet hello to my friend, Mr. Abbas. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
hello to everyone.
How are you doing, Surya, today?
Yeah, everything is good. And how about you?
I'm doing good. Firstly, I really appreciate you taking time to join this podcast and share your insights with our viewers. So let's get started with that. So could you just give a brief introduction about yourself? Like, where are you from? What have you done in? Like, I know almost everything about you with respect to professional, but sure, for our viewers, you could give a short, brief intro about yourself, about your career and companies.
Sure, definitely. Why not? Huh? Yeah, actually, yeah. As he said, my name stands Surya Nag, and I'm from
Hmm.
Bangalore. Completed my engineering in the year 2021 from the university called Nityam Meenakshi Institute of Technology.
Same
So,
university.
to highlight
Yeah.
the thing, yeah, I'm not from IT background. I'm from mechanical engineering. It
Right.
sounds like quite surprising, but for sure, you'll get a conclusion by the end of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is all about myself. Like once after my mechanical engineering completion of that, and later I moved into IT industry. Before that, I worked for mechanical based industries also. So I do have a quite what we call an experience based on that. I
Yeah.
didn't lose opportunity of that also, and of course, yeah, I changed my mind. Everything you'll get in future in the next steps.
Right. So,
So,
like
so
Suryanak
that
said, we both have done mechanical engineering and we both actually jumped from mechanical engineering to IT sector. Now, currently, he is
yes,
working in the IT sector and I have shifted from IT sector to management. So, let's begin with how you actually, like, I should say by about myself, but let's begin with yours. How did you enter to IT journey? Like, what all the process you went through and the skills you acquired, and how was the transition from mechanical to IT for you?
first of all, that's a good question, man. Many people have faced, of course. There's a saying like engineers can do everything apart from other than engineering, of
Right.
course, irrespective of the branches. That doesn't matter. And yeah, uh, as I mentioned, I'm from mechanical background. Though I'm into that, I got an interest when I entered to one of the mechanical industries who are already an existing professionals were already working in that. So I had a very brief introduction and a very slight conversation between both of us, and according to them and my uh, feelings, or what we call the thoughts, career related thoughts and personal, professional, whatever it could be, and we exchanged the thoughts, and I thought like, why cannot why isn't is it possible? First I thought like that, why can't I take this kind of opportunity, whether it may sound like it's a change or anything. Somehow, before entering to mechanical or any other industries, of course, it's a new for everyone, and it's a learning hub for everyone. Being a human, of course, will we have to learn each and every step daily, every minute, every second we're gonna learn. So I just got inspired with the industries and which are getting boomed on those days.
So
I'm talking like, and yeah, yeah,
So
please
you
go ahead.
you took up some courses or particularly
Sure.
yeah, you took up some
Yeah,
courses
coming to
for
that.
related to that?
Yeah, coming to that, as you mentioned, of course, yeah. And one more thing I would like to mention, when we were in engineering or in my diploma journey, where I'm from, diploma background. So in those days also, people were telling like Google, Apple, many companies, many MNCs. are choosing the talents, not their background. So that thing inspired me a lot. So I took a few software trainings. Of course, if I have to mention, like there is very many prestigious institutes, and of course, everywhere you just have to put your own efforts more and your more time. That is very precious. Then only we'll learn the things. So I joined Q Spiders, where that comes to an testing background. Though it was a testing background, somehow, yeah, I learned many things outside apart from QSpider also. So I took up few certifications related to uh, like Python, Java, and all. So before all these things, let's go back a few minutes back. Just 2 minutes, he was mentioning like we are from the same college. So I had taken Java as my core elective, sorry, open elective.
Right. Yeah.
So the IT oriented or point of that IT. So started there.
So from engineering
So yeah,
itself, you had started entering, like learning about this new domain, right?
yeah. Without any aim or anything to shift into that, I entered into Java. Actually, my preference and my priority was into Python. Due to lack of seats, I got Java and mobile app development. That was the subject. I do remember now. So it was like let's get let's get an exposure. That was my thought. So later, as I said, it inspired.
It happens. It goes as life goes. So,
Yeah,
what's
sure.
your current role and what domain are you working right now in IT
Yeah,
particularly?
yeah. Actually, yeah. Before, currently, I'm working in Accenture. Like, I would like to mention the position like application developer, like packaged app development analyst is my role. So that is application developer is my designation. And
Hmm.
before this, I do have like 2+ years of experience in SAP background and Python related things, SQL and all. So
Nice.
previously, I worked in Cognizant, which was a US-based multinational company. Of course, both are
Mhm.
MNCs. There,
Right.
my designation was like programmer analyst. Yeah.
Yeah, so I missed this saying in the introduction that Suryanag he's doing masters and it was funded by his company. So it's a company sponsored masters program. So let's dive into that part particularly. So which you like I said you are doing from Liverpool Johns University, right? Could you elaborate more
Yes. Yes.
about the program you are doing there and about the university?
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Why not? And actually, yeah, coming to that point, like as he mentioned, I'm an student of Liverpool John Moores University, which is situated in Liverpool itself. That's why Liverpool is a city, well-known city in UK, of course. And based on that, they have kept name. And it's not a recent university to keep the name as a college name, like city name as a college name. It's a very old university, like around it started in the year 1823 from the person called Mr. John Morse, who was a businessman over the days. I'm talking like 200 years back. And he started and he got inspired on these research and institutions like educational background. So he started, everything went good, and it's like 201-year-old university now. So last year I was in that in university where everybody was celebrating like 200 years
The
old,
200-year
that ceremony like
anniversary.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anniversary, what we call.
Could you mention about the
And that
course
was,
particularly what you are doing, which is related to data analytics, right? What's the course
yeah,
about and
definitely.
how?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, data analytics. Yeah, it's a part of data science. Anyhow, I have to mention that. So, data science or AI, what we call. So, over other countries, if you just visit, especially, I'm just telling my experience. It could be different for others, of course. Like when I visited my university, there are, of course, I would like to mention, like including Oxford, there are top rankers are from India only. Huh?
Mm,
There is no
indeed.
hesitation to mention that I'm an Indian there. And yeah, one of the person, he introduced himself, and he's a professor over the days and over many years, and he's a very professional guy in case of career oriented or all kinds of LLMs, what we call like large language models, or a
Right.
simply I'll just simplify like chat GPT, everything. Yeah, everything comes under LLM, AI things. So he briefed everything. And so if we move any like if we move outside the country or anywhere, so few people will not get to know like which is science data and all. So you can just mention artificial intelligence, because even that is a part of data science, and that are both are like mutually part of that. So my course is like MS in data science.
Mhm. So
Yeah,
I see that you had mentioned that it's a hybrid kind of a program where you do few modules
ah,
here online and few of the modules
yeah,
there in the university itself. So
yes, yes.
how's this hybrid model going on, and what kind of how's the process there? Like how many months were online, and how many months in UK there?
Mhm. Yeah, definitely, why not. Actually, you see, it's a very vast information and vast background explanation is required. I'll just keep it brief. Like every company, every like MNC or any kind of companies, so based on their background and based on their boundaries and tied up things, so they'll gonna sponsor. So before
Right.
that, while applying to any company, I would like to suggest everything, especially for freshers, because they'll be having no prior knowledge or practical experience. Kindly start your analysis and observation on from the start of applying the application form, where you'll see or where you'll check. So kindly read from top to the bottom everything, especially before applying. Please be aware of the respective job description, or what we call JD. So I kindly request all the check boxes, anything where you wherever you would like to click on. So please analyze, read, take a few seconds or few minutes,
It's
and
usually like the agreement what I
mm,
had with Infosys, the whole agreement would be like the whole description would be like 30, 40 pages, right? Usually that's what I think I
uh-uh,
remember from Infosys. But that's a long
yeah.
process to read, right?
Yeah, of course. But as you mentioned, it's like coming to an offer letter and all, or any other documents. That is different. I'm just telling about like when you click on apply button to any kind of roles from the any kind of company or MNCs, anything. So please check the form wherever. Anyhow, you will be filling like your name, good name, like everything, given name and all. So please concentrate on the checkbox like. Uh, does the employee or the candidate required any sponsorship to pursue their masters in future, or any sponsorship is required to pursue their dreams, or go on an on-site opportunity? So if you click those things, so of course they'll be having their own filters. So if they apply, so of course our data will be visible for them. So that's how. Even I was not knowing when I get into Cognizant or any other company, whichever the company. So we'll get those oriented. Like if you had checked yourself, like to I want to get sponsored for future studies, not only for masters in abroad. Even you can get in touch with any Indian institutes
Right.
and bits Pilani like that. So please concentrate on those things. I would
So yeah,
like to mention
while
that.
applying or while joining the company itself, you need to opt in to or select the tick mark where you
Hmm.
can where the company can sponsor you. Like the company would
Hmm.
like most of the companies offer that. I think almost all the IT companies offer that where the company
Hmm.
sponsors you for the masters or any higher studies program, right?
Yeah,
And yeah,
and
but
of course, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, every company has its own criteria, own selection process. Could you
Yeah,
please shine some light about what was the selection process for you from your company?
sure. Yeah. So coming to this checkbox, what I mentioned earlier, just a few seconds back. So sometimes will not be knowing like, oh, we have checked there for the sponsorship, and we are ready to avail that. So we might receive a mail regarding that. Only us who have already checked. Only for
Who
those
had
people.
already opted
And
in, only for
yes,
those people the
while
company would
applying.
reach out. Yeah.
Huh. So no one will be knowing. But
So
so
remember,
in my
guys,
case,
if you are joining an IT company and you have an option, read it out and opt in first itself if you want to
hmm,
do masters from a company sponsorship. Yeah, please continue, Surya.
claps,
Now,
man.
what do you?
Again. Yeah, highlighted again. Please don't uh, like don't forget. And
Yeah. So, what
yeah,
was the
actually,
selection process for you? The selection process from the
sure.
company. Yeah.
Yeah. In my company, like they'll be offering few exams, entrance exams, and of course, even if you choose IIT, even that will be tied up for many MNCs. So everything will be having their own boundary and constraint things on exam platforms, and of course, English level of exams we just have to clear all those things,
That would
which is
for everything.
yeah. And irrespective of the country, I'm not mentioning like I'm from UK and in a German European countries or anything like that. I'm just telling my experience. So English will be the basic thing, so we just have to clear those exam. Of course, we'll be having two levels. So yeah, listening, hearing, like sorry, listening and speaking, everything uh, will be the part of that
It would
exam
be
and the
like
levels.
similar
Hmm.
to IELTS exam, what they have four parameters or something like that internally
Yes.
from the company itself.
Yeah. It will be a similar thing, but not the exact thing. I should mention that. Yeah, it will be a similar thing, and of course, not so easy. If you take up outside also, it has a difficulty level is the same.
Yeah.
There is
So
nothing different in that. So yeah.
other than English exam, was there anything like technical? Maybe for you, it's a
Hmm,
data science related course. So did you had to
hmm.
clear or write any exams related to the domain you're entering?
Yeah. Yes. 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 So there'll be like multiple options. Even if you
Mhm.
want to move on, as you said, you are into IT, then later you shifted into management, of course. So, of course, what he has selected management, that's a good idea. And even we do had management oriented skills or courses under MBA, masters, yeah,
Yeah.
anything it could be, and management and artificial intelligence oriented, especially AI/ML is had there was a different thing called AI and ML, and only AI was Gen AI was a different thing, and data science was different thing, and there was a combination like data science AI. So everything was there. My choice was like that, like data science was my choice because
So
I was already into data things. So
yeah.
that's the good thought which I took up.
So your projects or your what you are working on domain was related to data science. So you decided to pursue your masters as well in the same domain, right?
Yeah, I would like to mention like anyhow, as I mentioned earlier, the SAP, SAP. In SAP, there is a unique programming language called ABAP, Advanced Business Application Program. That one.
Yeah.
So ABAP is like it's a unique programming language. If you people who are listening, who are aware, they'll be knowing like they has a it has like SQL involvement and little Python, like that, the resemblance of Python, but SQL involvement is hardly taken. Yeah, so
Right.
anyhow, SQL is one of the greatest parts under data science or AI, so I took up into that.
So after your exam, like, was there any selection interview process or anything like, and how many? Yeah,
Hmm,
first, let's complete this interview part. Was there any selection
sure.
interview for you?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because all those things are very confidential, and of course, no supportive or anything like I'm into that company, so already I'm into that MNC, so they'll provide and there'll be some reservations, nothing like that. It's everything as usual. However, you take up outside. So yeah, it was, and as I mentioned, it was apart from the English or the level of that. Apart from that, according to your thing, like your point of view on any courses or your interest or area of interest, what we call. So
Yeah,
according to that oriented thing, you'll be having exams like
an
4 5
interview,
levels of exams. Yeah.
different
And
levels of exam
upcoming,
and interview as
yeah,
well.
yeah. So I would like to mention, like, once you clear those things, and there'll be a sponsorship, uh, what we call interview. Yeah, there is a separate interview for sponsorship related things and everything. So every, yeah, but it is not fixed to one particular company. There'll be a different methods and approaches from their own companies,
Yeah,
any
every
MNCs
company
or
would
anything.
have their own criteria, own selection process, own exams as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Huh.
Regarding your company particularly, so how many people, like in general, how many people opt in for this master's or higher studies program from the company? And on an average,
Hmm.
like based on what you know, how many people get selected, like in an year or something?
Yeah, I would like to mention that. I'm not exaggerating. It was like, as I mentioned, many people were not knowing, like, oh, company can
Yeah,
sponsor.
a
Of
lot of
course,
people
why
don't
not?
know that.
If you become an asset for them, of course they'll do whatever you want.
Yeah,
So if you do whatever they need, it's a mutual understanding in everything. So then only you can aim your dreams first of all, or update your dreams, which you have already dreamt. It was like that, and yeah, it went well. And as he mentioned, like, once we clear the things, as I mentioned, like 4 5 levels of exams, if you clear all those things, there'll be a sponsorship activation interview, like,
hmm,
from the which semester you'll get the sponsorship. And of course, guys, you cannot expect 100%, and that's not a choice. Your contribution is also needed, and that's why I told I'm not exaggerating.
right.
So everything
So
involves, yeah.
yeah, because of the confidentiality reason, he is not technically allowed to say the numbers or the percentage of funds he was received.
Huh.
But sure, you
Yeah.
can Google it, I guess, based on the
Mm.
university pricing and all that. But yeah,
Yes, yes. It could be like, see, so according to the level of examinations, and internally, you can take up very multiple certifications. So I would like to mention, like, before getting into any kind of courses or anything, so kindly research yourself, because we had no guidances or suggestions, and we had no that much of time. Already we are into one company. So every person who are already into MNC or any company, their point of view will be like, so I just have to earn, save, and get settled, get married, or anything like that, of course. So
yeah,
but the
everyone
thing
has
is,
their own priorities.
yeah, but guys who are listening, it's a very precious thing, I would like to mention again. Kindly do some certification. Of course, every company will be having their own partnership with the learning platforms like Udemy or anything. End
Yeah,
of the day, certification is just like a proof, but the knowledge is like you have already entered into ground. So that's the reason, to showcase, to get into a ground. So kindly do certifications and get into these things, so you can crack everything. So based on the levels of examinations, so you can clear everything, and you can get sponsored 100% also. Of course, there's a lot of opportunities, like, in that kind of areas also. I'm not telling like it's not
so
there. Yeah.
so is it like
So coming,
based on
yeah.
your marks or the results of the test you give, you get the sponsorship percentage? Is it that like that?
Uh, yeah, it's one of the thing, but not a whole important thing. Like, one is the marks and the levels, what I mentioned, and another one is like, your designation is also an important thing, of course. and if you are okay to everything, like company norms, there'll be, of course, in any kind of thing, there will be like pros and cons. So you should bound to all their duties and all their priorities,
Yeah.
then only.
So let me just summarize that part what you had said from the starting, from getting a
Yeah.
sponsorship from the company. So first, yeah,
Hmm.
sure. First, people have to, while joining itself, they need to mention or tick that that the company they would like to get a sponsorship or funding from company for their higher studies. And from joining itself, they need to start focusing on building their profile, getting some certifications and all that, and do their own research about what's the process from the company, and talk to people who actually have done or got the sponsorship from the company. And sure, the level of English, the English examination or other levels of technical examination, they have to clear that as well, right? But yeah, that's what the summary part is. But one of the main point like I would like to know is, if a company sponsors a candidate or an employee, I think it's I have read that they have some contract kind of thing, right? Where you are not supposed to leave the company, or even if you leave, you got to pay a certain compensation to that or something like that. Did Could you share some light on this contract or bond, what they call from the company?
Sure, sure, definitely. Because anyhow, they're sponsoring, or you got a sponsorship, and based on that only, you are just pursuing yourself and getting upskilled or upgraded yourself in every kind of regions, like career
Yeah,
and personal, professional, everything. But it's a mutual thing. Like if they are sponsoring, of course, you have to contribute from your side. You should work for around 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It could be yeah, of course, like including 1 year, least would be like 1 year to 5 years. It could be like that. So there'll be a bond or anything oriented to that.
yeah, legal
All kinds of
document from
companies.
company side.
Yes, yes. You have to sign, and of course, though you are interested to get into like going abroad outside, it's an everyone will feel like it's an exposure. Of course, the learning and the method will be different
True. Yeah.
from our region to there. So coming to that abroad thing, I'm telling, yeah,
Mhm.
there'll be a thing. All bonds or signing, and of course, I would like to mention this one also. They'll check your background also, your financial background, everything. So you
Okay.
should get passed with everything. Then only you will be.
Right. If someone is or a company is paying you for the sponsorship, sure, they do their own due diligence, and they need to make sure
Hmm,
that the candidate has to be good or capable, or
hmm.
he has to know that the worth if they are
Yes,
spending that money, right?
yes,
So now,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. Please, you were saying something.
Yeah, actually, coming to that, when you just blindly, I'll tell you have reached your course and your country. I'll talk
Hmm.
about myself, like my experience. I have reached London, UK, there, and
Yeah.
already all you guys who are listening, who have already dreamt, you have reached, and you don't have to worry about the part-time jobs and all. So already you are from one kind of company. If you are getting sponsored from there, so or even it could be like a bus. We can mention like company can support you to the third party who can sponsor you. They can
Uh,
influence.
would it be
Influence in
like
the sense like
hmm?
hmm,
Would
like
it?
financial background.
Yeah.
Huh. So stating and determination of their own things on what we call the candidate. So everything, that's why I told like background is also an important thing coming to this. So who are opting to go outside the country, outside India. So of course, yeah, even they can promote you as like you are a promising employee or candidate, and he or she can prove himself or herself in a very better way, and they can contribute, and they can give a very well-known and appreciable works to the company or whoever
Right.
sponsored. So they can do like that. Hmm.
Yeah. So there is another thing like, did you choose this full-time kind of persuasion, or were you working with the company and you did your masters while working with the company?
Huh. Yeah, it's a very good point. I have to mention because everybody will be having uh, multiple butterflies will be flying in their mind because, and of course you can't expect a full time there, but of course you can expect a very broad and vast course and content if you are doing hybrid. That's why i have chosen myself into that hybrid, because
So
as you heard Abbas told about myself while he was briefing myself, he told he has taken a hybrid masters like that. Yeah, of course we can take full time also, there is nothing issue, but financial status matters.
right, true. But managing both the workload from the company and studies, how did you do that? Like managing both the things? And any suggestion for someone who is trying to do both right now?
If I want to speak unofficially, that was very actually, it's not that easy. You have to work everything, and you don't have to search their part-time jobs and all that. Of course, you'll be having the freedom to work there also, but according to the project and all, that is dependent on particular candidate and their own background. Yeah, of course, the hard work, every kind of things working include, first of all, uh, kindly I would request everyone, if you want to choose hybrid, of course you have to work, and that's not easy at all. You have to study, and once after getting experience for around 1 plus years, 2 plus years of experience, so the pressure of work you have already, like you'll be already having an idea.
Used to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
how it could be, will be, yeah, what he said, we'll be used to that, and of course we'll be used to this thing, work mode, but not to study mode. Again it takes another 6 months, 1 year, the pattern of study, how we were studying there
Just to
in our
adjust,
engineering days, like that.
yourself, it's going to take some time, right?
Actually by that
Adjust
time
and
we'll
adapt.
complete our course only.
Right, yeah. By the time you adapt to the new culture, new place, the course itself gets completed.
That's for sure, that's for sure. But everything end of the day, required thing is, from a candidate who are studying or an employee, what we call, your time, not even your money. I'm just telling, you can spend, who are having financial status in a very better way, they can sponsor, they can get sponsored from the from their parents,
Parents.
and like, yeah, their own they can do. There's nothing different thing on that, like not that mm, big, I would say. But if you keep your good time to study, so then only we'll get to know how we can complete, because of course in other countries exams will not be like 1 month, 2 month, exams will go on like 6 7 months, full 6 7 months you have to face exams. So that's why I'm
They
telling
have their
like, hmm,
own way of conducting the exams. So one more,
huh,
like
of course.
there are two questions now which raise into my mind. While you were here in
Hmm,
India, what was the
hmm,
study and course and work? How did you manage? Because from like
hmm,
in general, the working hour would be 9 to 5 or more day shift, and the
hmm.
UK timing it's like 4 5 hours a backside of you.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
were you taking live
Hmm.
classes or were there recorded classes or how did that go?
I'll come into that. So see, it's not like online, and you just have to sit in front of this and you have to note down, and no one will note down, and you have to do like nothing like that. And usually, see, so according to the your course, like management and all everything, so including all different kinds of course, I'll just summarize the thing. So it is not mandatory like you have to note down, do assignments when you are staying in your place. So when you go or move ahead, like in your next step, that is what I meant, like you have reached your country. So there you have to work and you have to contribute your time, and of course you have to not online, you have to visit university there also. And of course we'll not be having 7 days of classes there. We'll be having weekly 2 days thrice, and sometimes like only morning, like only half a day, like that. So once you are here, you just have to uh, like there is a restriction, like while you are studying or you have already opted and you are in India, already in your place, and you don't have to think more about those things like course and all. It will be a very basic things initially. So uh, once you once you get an opportunity to reach there or to travel there, then the actual picture starts. So that's the big deal. You have, for example, see, in my case I was into some Indian projects, and time,
Yeah.
of course, India is ahead comparing to UK. So
Right.
in the time sense, I'm telling time zones. So when I reach there, so of course I have to work for Indian time. There is no excuses for that, for those things. So
Managing it all
we have
depends
to,
on
yeah.
how efficient you manage your time while studying as
Hmm.
well as while working. You just have to know to
Hmm.
manage your time efficiently.
Definitely, definitely, and you will be having the freedom. Like it will. It is not like you are chained up. You are chained up, and you are in a jail. It will not be like that. Of course, you'll be having your own freedom also. I'm coming to that also. As he said, you will get used to that. That's it over the time.
Right. Yeah. So now let's go to your experience, particularly in UK. When were you in UK? In which month did you go?
I traveled in like October last year.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's when most of the master students enter. Even I'll be living for UK in
Mm.
September ending. Right. So
Yeah,
how was the
and I should
culture?
congratulate him. Of course, I
Yeah.
should
Thank you.
congratulate him. And yeah, all the best, man.
So thank you, thank you. So how was the cultural difference, like you being to a different country completely, the people and mainly the
Mm.
food? What was the cultural shock for you?
But guys who are non-vegetarian or I just have to mention now. I'm not discriminating in veg and non-veg, anything like that. This is
Yeah,
great, and this I'm not pointing in anybody. Huh?
yeah,
Please note
but
down
continue. Yeah,
in a quotes. So being a vegetarian, it's very hard and tough there to survive. Of course, I was used to uh, eating like vegetables, everything in my country when I was in India, staying in India. So of course I followed the same, nothing else.
so
So they were, yeah.
you're saying that finding a vegetarian or pure vegetarian kind of cuisines there in UK is a little harder compared to the options you get for non-vegetarian.
Not at all harder, yeah, as he said, because if you're staying alone for short term, so you can cook by yourself if you are a good cook, or else you have to struggle, man. Everybody has to struggle, and people who are vegetarians or non-vegetarians, ignoring that point of thing or thinking or anything like that. But of course, we have to like we should take a part and we should think maturely, and we just have to better. I would suggest, like I don't want to drag this. We better
Yeah.
suggest. I would like to suggest, prepare your own food and uh, place some boundary to that. And of course there are vegetarian hotels and restaurants. So but of course it's not that much good to health. You
It's
can.
always good to prepare, like good to
Mm.
eat the food you have prepared by yourself because you know what ingredients you
Huh.
have put and how you want to prepare. You can do it yourself. Now
And of
coming to
course
the
you can get guidance from your uh, parents from the
right,
video
yeah,
call. At least people will be in touch with their parents. I would like to mention, nowadays people are not in touch with people, and especially parents. Everybody are used to their mobile and all. So, but please give your personal time to your parents.
Yeah,
No one will be
that
knowing like what happens anytime. Anything can happen anytime. So that's the reason. So,
yep. That
and
too,
of course,
once you
yeah.
go away, like away from the your home, you would realize
Mm.
that more its values once you are away, right? That's common.
Yes, yeah. All values will come and it will go away when you get out of from the airport. From there only it will get started while
Right.
coming out or getting in from here. But of course, mm, end of the day, your dream is the main thing. So if you want to fulfill that, you have to move or go away in a snap like that. You just
Work
have to.
hard,
In
take
yeah,
those struggles, and succeed with that.
of
Right.
course.
And regarding the travel, the food, the stay, and all that, as you were sponsored by the company, were there the travel arrangement, the staying, the food also covered under your sponsorship, or was it only your
Yeah.
tuition fees would be covered?
No, it's a different thing. Like now, my company part will get it will be enclosed, and it is not at all related to that. So once you are onboarded to the university or got shortlisted to the university, and
Mhm.
everything will be dependent on them. So according to the mutual understanding and the conversation or the paper conversation, everything matters. So according to that, so the stay and food, everything will be sponsored. If you are going for a short term, it will be showcased in the application. So of course, even Abbas will be knowing, or whoever experienced this, you will be knowing, like you will get a welcome letter from the university. And apart from the welcome letter, quite elaborating in that, there'll be another pages. So you just have to read those things also. How and all, everything, when all agendas, venues, everything will be mentioned. So that's enough, of course. Even including that, if you wanna book any train like traveling, or you can book the tickets using that, you will be getting as a, and anyhow you'll be considered as a student. So there are deductions 50% and all. There is a deduction, especially I'm talking about UK, like that.
So in UK, they have a lot of options, right? Even I read this or saw
Mm,
some video about that. For students,
mm.
they have some discounts for every for travel or even
Ah,
for grocery
yes,
shopping
yes, yes,
also. They have particular like
yes,
10,
correct.
15% or some percentage discount for students, right?
Mm, mm, correct. Actually, see,
Hmm.
if you show all these things, so any kind of visa, and which is very friendly country, England or UK, you will get visa easily comparing to Canadian or European. So if you want to move Germany and all, there is a struggle, things will happen. So but UK is a very friendly country in these cases also. But of course you will get visa, any kind of visa. And be genuine with every kind of submissions, and be prompt in everything. Of course you will get easily, you will be easily into that.
Right. Every country have their own visa process, but particularly now talking about your visa. So how
Yeah,
was your visa? Because what I know is what I have applied is that Tier 4 student visa. So you were
correct.
there for a short duration, right? So was it
Hmm.
like a travel visa or a business visa from company, or what was the visa category for you?
If I want to talk about business visa, that will come under on-site and all. That cannot be considered as a student and being a part of a company as an employee. But you have to take up visitor visa or the travel visa, what we call visitor visa. So around till 6 months, and again you, of course, as I mentioned, it's a hybrid. You just have to travel back, and again you have to, and again applying will be the easy method. Once you apply first time, so around six months will be the duration. So you can stay up to there.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what. And of
So
course,
one more,
please be
yeah,
aware of. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, man. Please be
please
aware of
be aware of.
the rules and regulations. please be aware of rules and regulations mentioned in visa process. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. Please go ahead.
Knowing their visa, like every visa category has their own subjects, right? Like you are not supposed, for us, for at least for me, I'm not supposed to
Hmm.
work more than 20 hours or some other kind of regulation. But
Correct.
one more very
Yes.
important question I wanted to ask you now is, so
Huh.
UK has this graduate visa, right? After completing a
Huh.
graduation, the master's program from there in UK, we get a 2-year visa, working visa, or they call graduate visa.
Working visa.
They are making some changes
Yes.
there, but how
Yes.
does this work for your hybrid mode? Because few months you have done online
Huh.
and few months there in UK. Do you get the graduate visa there?
This is where we are very beneficial comparing to the outsiders, because already you are into a company which is an MNC. Even that company will be staying that in that country. Then only you can afford. So that's the reason you can continue there in the future, once after completion of your course and everything. So you can continue in the same company outside the country.
So
So
it would
that's
be like a
easy.
company sponsored visa after your
Hmm.
graduation.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. So once after that, so actually I don't have that particular thing of information as of now, because I'm still pursuing. I'm about to complete. So once after that, as I heard, and as I heard from the experienced candidates, they were telling, like, of course, if you are from a well-known and very prestigious companies from India, which are MNC, so it's easy for you to work there also. There'll be
Right,
no that constraints to for those things.
right. They would have their own process, but like, yeah.
Hmm.
So what's your future plan now? What are the career goals now after your masters?
Yeah, actually, I'm into part of thesis, writing the thesis, and topic selection, domain selection is happening. So I have chosen everything. So topic selection, I have multiple categories, but I would like to keep quite confidential. But I generally I will tell. I don't want to
You're
mention my thing, because as it's a
you're talking
research part of thing.
right.
Hmm.
You're talking about the project or the thesis which is under university, right?
Hmm.
Which is a part of your
Yes, yes,
course.
yes. Hmm.
Okay, no, I
But
was
I
asking
would
about
like to, yeah,
your long-term career. Like after masters, you are
yeah, coming
currently
to that.
working as well. Yeah, please
Hmm.
continue.
Yeah, coming to that, like, once after all these things, so based on your research interest or thesis, what you are going to write, papers, so based on that also you can decide your own route of uh, things, what you can achieve, like, if I have to, like, there'll be like GMU where certified universities, and GUC, GCU, and all, like, globally, wherever, if you get certified from these things, according to the company platform, you are moving ahead to masters. So once after that, you can work everywhere, like, that certification, which, means, keeping that certification or the degree, so you can work anywhere, and of course you can choose your own interest of roles and responsibilities, and you can work anywhere. So I'm also thinking to contribute more in India, because as I want to contribute here, because my research interest is based on the evolving things which are just opening their eyes in India, like technologies.
Right.
So that's the reason. Even I would like to mention about Tesla, which is an electrical vehicle, and healthcare industries. Of course, I just have to mention, in other countries, pharmaceutical based technology or medicines, everything. It is very vast, and it is very highly developed, and more and more we can come across, and we'll get more key points to learn from each and everything. I would like to contribute to my motherland.
Yeah,
That is my thing.
patriotism.
So
Right.
let's see. Yeah, of course.
Let's see how that goes. And
Huh.
I'll link your LinkedIn profile in the description, and people can check out your current work, current like the activities you do, and your future work as well, the thesis. I think you will be posting there and people can read it from there.
Hmm.
Now coming
Sure,
to
sure,
like,
definitely.
yeah. So one, like, I would like you to mention one good thing about your hybrid program, like which is company sponsored,
Hmm.
and one bad thing, like what did you like and what did you
Hmm.
dislike, one particular thing.
Uh, yeah, I had a clue that this question will arise. But honestly speaking, Bas, I don't think like, first of all, I got an opportunity to pursue my dream. So I don't want to mention or find any, uh, what to say, the negatives or anything, any
Right.
synonym to negatives.
Just
But
just go with
yeah,
the
but
positive.
be positive.
Right.
And so that's the reason, like, anyhow, you got an opportunity and you should be, uh, like, you should be focusing on those things, nothing else,
Right.
and everything will take up. Yeah, of course, there are negatives and positive in every kind. But apart from that, kindly concentrate on the positive. I don't want to mention like hybrid in the sense we have to work and we have to study. We'll not be getting the freedom to just to study or just to work. Of course, yeah, it's not a negative. Mm, we learn the multitasking. That's it. Of course, in
Yeah.
because in building your career, it is one of the part. Of course, if I have to mention, you will be working as well, and you will be learning there also, and you will be learning here also. That's why.
Right.
So, uh, coming to a conclusion of your question, like, answer would be like be positive.
Right. Focus on the positive and negative. I guess every place, everything you
Mm,
do has its own negative impacts. So focus on
yes,
positive and
definitely.
you're implementing on your own skills and further.
Mm,
So now, like, it's a conclusion to this podcast. What one suggestion, like, what suggestion would you give to someone who is currently looking to apply for a master's
mm,
program and get funded from the company? Like,
mm.
someone, let's say, someone who is
Okay.
currently working in an Indian IT company and he wants to pursue his higher studies
Mm,
dream. What is the one suggestion you'd
mm,
give for him so that he can get successful from getting a sponsorship from his company?
mm. Yeah, see, Abbas, actually, I can just give a suggestion because I haven't experienced outside. So, who are from Indian companies. So, that's why the way before choosing your career, kindly prefer MNCs or better take few years of experience, like a few months or at least 1 year of experience in any startup. Then only you'll get a time to learn, and you can learn many things, and you can get into any kind of MNC based on that experience. But the thing is, now you can analyze in my answer, like, oh, so this guy is telling like that, but how long we can postpone our dream until we reach to
Right.
MNC? But I would like to suggest, kindly be aware of your financial status and try to save little bit. Try to save little bit, and uh, I'm telling about the financial thing. And kindly, I would suggest that that's the main thing as a full. What to say? No words for
Right.
that actually.
Right.
I'm not getting any kind of word.
So
So
yeah,
kindly,
every
yeah.
person who wants to pursue or do a masters, I would
Hmm,
suggest them to have a clear
hmm,
plan of what they are doing, why they are doing, and
definitely.
think it in terms of a timeline. Like, till this year I have to do this much, and after this year this
Hmm.
is what the plan, or this is how it has to go. They have to think and
Yeah,
plan it out.
yeah. At least for around 2 to 3 years of your post working experience, like not post, like, you are just very new or a fresher. You got some opportunities in some company, like let it be an Indian company. Try to plan from there only. If you had a good opportunity or good sponsorship outside, apart from the company or from the parents or the family, so that is well and good. It's easy to crack your dream. So if not, of course, considering my experience, I'm not into that big background or anything in any kind of thing. I had only one background, that is knowledge. That's it. Nothing else. No one has done masters in my family also. No one has done. And I had a dream. It is just like a not only going to an abroad or studying outside in any other country. When we were thinking these kinds of things in our school days, it is just like a reason to fly. That's it. I just want to fly. That's the reason to fly. That's it. Choosing Germany, Dubai, anywhere. So kindly, I would request, plan very well. Then only you can achieve. Plan earlier.
Yeah, a proper early,
That's all.
like since early you have to plan everything, and a clear research is also necessary. So yeah, now we
Hmm.
have reached to the end of
Yes,
our
yes.
podcast. So yeah, thank you, Suryanak, for taking your time from your busy schedule. And also, I'll be linking Suryanak's Instagram profile as well, where he does. And I actually forgot to mention this in his introduction. He is also a singer and a rapper as well, with
Oh,
his friend. So I would put his Instagram account, and you can follow some of his artwork as well there. So yeah,
yeah, by
Suryanak,
all
I
means.
really appreciate. Yeah, I really
Hmm.
appreciate you taking your time to join in this podcast and share your experience and knowledge and some of the insights from your company. So yeah, thank you, Surya.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have one last word. Can I say?
Yes, please. Yes, please, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so eliminating all our boundaries, we are friends, and we are known from around past 3 4 years, more than that.
Yeah. Right.
So, eliminating all those things, so is a very wonderful human being and very supportive, especially. And of course, he's a very good host nowadays. I'm getting to know that also. So I wish you a very good luck and have a great success. So yeah,
You
that's
and yeah,
how
thank you.
I can conclude.
Like you said, this
It's a
is my first
gratitude for you.
this is my first podcast, and I really am thankful for you to join this podcast as my first guest.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks a lot, man. Thanks for selecting me as your guest, and I'm honored. And it's a very pleasure moment for me to share the screen here with my own friend professionally. So,
Yeah.
because end of the day, the valuable information is important. Till now, we have done that. So, of course,
Yeah.
and all the very best for you and your
Thank,
future.
yeah. Thank you, Surya, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.
So this was the podcast we had with Surya Nag, and I'm really thankful again for him for sharing his experience and also taking up time to do this. And yeah, subscribe to my channel, and I'm planning to invite few other people whom I know from my personal network to share their experience and their journey abroad. Yeah, thank you for viewing this.